Hello ladies and gents, I am Anadiffin, and welcome back to From the Depths, Ashes of the Empire, Community Edition. So, I'm in the vehicle design at the moment, just because I want to showcase a couple of the new vehicles we'll be utilising in this episode. Also, I just want to go over one of the vehicles I used in the last episode, and that is the Red Eruption by Charcharodon. Because I thought it was bugged initially, but I have since identified that actually I've got to check the volume. This is 2500 volume, since it was being used for another custom campaign. Unfortunately, Ashes of the Empire only allows 2000, so that is why it wouldn't finish building the gun. I could edit this to make it fit, I guess, but I have plenty of other designs to utilise in the interim period. First of which is the Furthest Tank Destroyer by Archangelisk, one of my favourite designers due to their rather awesome steampunk type style, and this is no exception, with the brass and copper style and a lot of cogs. This one is actually wheels rather than cog wheels, which is interesting. Let's see how this performs against a Sidewinder. It doesn't seem to be turning. Looks like something isn't working quite right on this. It has a very powerful gun when it works, but it looks like this is a common thing, unfortunately, which has happened with the 2.0 patch. The way wheels are used has just been changed slightly. It means that designs pre-2.1 have a chance to not work at all, and I think this, unfortunately, might be one of the casualties of that patch. So let's just try again. Make sure I hadn't spawned it incorrectly. Oops. I accidentally spawned it on top of something. Let's try that again. The Sidewinder. Yeah. Appears that it's a casualty of the 2.0 patch with regards to how wheels were changed. It's a real shame, because I do really like this design. But unfortunately, due to patch fatigue, essentially, it is no longer functional. As you can see, it's actually sinking slightly under the ground every now and then due to the problem with the wheels. So next, we have the Venom class Attacker by Guardian 23. This is a plane. Get out of that. Has some advanced cannons and is currently getting shot at by missiles from design. Whoops. Okay, let's try that again, shall we? So it's got some explosive missiles and some advanced cannons. So again, Sidewinder. Let's have a more normal plane for once, rather than thrustercraft. Again, much like Taurus' design, the Sidewinder is actually fast enough to keep up with it, and it's actually banking so... yeah, because it's turning so much, it banked too far into the ground. So yeah, let's just do this and spawn against something a little bit slower. Let's try the Sand Viper. It's a little bit further away. Seems to be banking a little bit too hard. Again, this could very well be due to the wing changes in 2.00, since this is an older design, and wings have been buffed, essentially, so you no longer have to build such huge wings on your planes. Another one higher up. Yes, it's overbanking, really. All for it looking cool, but it doesn't actually seem to be firing, which is a bit weird. Oh. It's not connected. That would cause a problem. There we go. Connected there. Seems purely aesthetic, Or maybe it was using a mod. It looks like these... Yeah, it's had some other components, it looks like. Or old components, because that's what these wood bits are. Let's just correct this design. First of all, that there. And that there. So those are now should now actually be connected to the mainframe. I'll just put another transmitter on here, just to be on the safe side. So that should now actually be connected. So I don't think these need to be at quite as many, but I'll leave it at that for now. Let's just resave this vehicle. Now face it off against Sidewinder. Yeah, missiles, tracking. Yeah, nice explosive missiles. Excellent. So that should do nicely now. I've fixed up the design. Again, patches do have a tendency to break designs, and I have gone through, found designs from obviously quite long ago. And next we have a number 8, the Tunguska. I seem to have lost number 9, so odd. Awesome little aesthetic style, but also quite effective, this one. It has missiles and cannons. And quite a small little package. There we go, see, moves around quite readily. Using nice simple cannons, do a decent amount of damage. And it's actually quite hardy due to the amount of heavy armour it utilises. Still not perfectly tough, and a good hit will essentially disable it. But for the price, definitely a nice little design. As I say, it explodes in a blazing inferno. And finally, I think I'm going to be utilising, because I really can't use that tank destroyer. The Venom class Guardian, I think, will fail to work due to patch changes. Tunguska works nicely, but it is quite weak. So the next one is going to be the starting tank by Mr. Vex. Also a fairly weak little design, but quite neat nevertheless. It's perspective for actually starting in Ashes of the Empire, so yeah, very nice little design. Got a decent cannon on it. You can see it does do a significant amount of damage should it hit. Very nicely done. Fairly slow firing weapon, but decently strung nevertheless. Quite a simple shell as well. It's an explosive round. It is armed with ejectors, so if it does get hit, it won't instantly explode. However, saying that, the ammo storage is pretty near the turret, and although it has heavy armour, it can get ammo racked quite easily. So, that's a good few designs, so you'll get those in the campaign as soon as possible. Okay, so back in the campaign, let's load in some more of the vehicles. So I think the Venom, the Tunguska, and the starting tank. All of those, merge those into one fleet, pull all, and repair. So that's now, those 3 vehicles are now being repaired. In fact, I'm going to build another Tunguska and the starting tank. Okay, slow this down. Got a load of Sand Vipers. Let's go attack this then. Annoyingly, the Guardian is going to be spawning underground. Yeah, that's going to crash and explode. Still, the other tanks are in a nice formation there. So let's land is loaded and begin the battle. Alright, excellent. It doesn't look like too much of it has broken off immediately, and I am sitting in this thing so it will repair itself. What's we facing? Load the Sand Vipers. Let's have a look, see how the tanks do. Go. Excellent. Good explosions there. Got the Tunguska tanks going right in close. Don't do much damage, but they do enough. And they're very quick and nimble, which for such a small design is very impressive. Since these Sand Vipers are small, but they're also not very stable. There's this thing, look how stable that is. It's about to crash. Yeah, avoids it, good. Starting tank just got wrecked. Thing blew up on top of it. I think there's one last tanks. Completely detonated and launched into the sky. Last tank over here. Looks like it's been disabled. Not too sure what did the damage there. The flying bomber definitely did a significant portion of the Alpha Strike there, though I think... Oh no, it's still going. I thought it crashed. The starting tanks do basically what they say on the tin. They're good little starting tanks, but I am very impressed with these little Tunguskas. So even when it's like that, they were so nimble and avoiding so much of the inbound damage that they kept the rest of the fleet alive. Let's get them repaired up and then be able to send them against the next fight as well. Annoyingly, the speed is down at 3 meters per second.
On my way.
Okay, now attack there. Right, this time facing another tremor. The Tunguska's going to do flanking maneuvers. And then the two starting tanks, a little bit more artillery support to try and take out the support drones in this battle. The battle has begun. Let's head over to the fray. Oh, big explosion there as the front APS gun gets detonated. Wow. Alpha Strike missiles don't have to do a lot of damage. And the Tunguska just went in for the ram, it seems. The tremor seems pretty much neutralized now. Ooh, that was a close shot there. It's been mostly neutralized, but it still has several big cram cannons on it. So it's not out yet. Two starting tanks, though, going to be able to do a good amount of work. Oh, cram cannons hit point blank range. Took out the turret block, turret pop, and it's now 2 damaged. Looks like it might just be the 2 planes remaining. Let's just jump down the player. Oh, and there, the bomber falls down due to its highly twitchy movement. So that just leaves tourists flyer. which is actually an outdated one. They've sent me the updated version, so hopefully I'll be able to employ that in the near future. Uh-oh. Plane has fallen on its nose. Might have run out of fuel. So I did forget to check. No, I'm just trying to catch up with this thing. Blooming quick, that's for sure. Unfortunately, the battle's finished with me being defeated. Let's try and get this lot repaired. Annoyingly, the tremor is still active. Has some weapon systems. Well, despite me waiting for ages, the battle did begin. Right, let's spawn in on this thing and begin the battle. See if I can't get over there and destroy the tremor. It's getting shot at by things. It's taking little bits of damage, but... oh, excellent, it is taking repairs by its drones. Let's break my way in. Trying to break the engine on this thing to stop it moving. So it now should be non-moving. Get that AI and take it over for resources. Excellent. It's now mine. So that just leaves a 2 damaged copperhead. Excellent. Victory-ish. Let's do that. Pull all. And lick my wounds. Excellent. Grab those materials. And now I've got quite a lot. So again, I'll build another starting tank and the other one there. Excellent. Also, I will build one of my half tracks. So do that and then remove the hauler. So I want to merge those fleets together. And while it does that, let's save the game and then go back in designer to pick out a couple more designs. So the next design in the queue is the Jimmer Reaver buggy by Red the Rage. So the size, yep. There. Aha! Seat is upside down. Looks like it has a... yep, a Gatling cannon on the top there. This looks like it could be pretty quick, actually, with all these thrusters. But pretty volatile. Oh yeah. Rapid fire Gatling weapon. It's very fast, so it should be able to avoid most shots against it. Oh, I can see this being effective. Doesn't seem to do much damage, but the speed and the cannon fire will be probably a more expensive version of the Tunguska, really. Probably will do a little bit more damage, but the speed and the erratic movement will make it very, very difficult for cram cannons to hit it. I think it's not actually that expensive. No, because the Tunguska uses heavy armor, which is quite expensive, but yeah, 6'6", this is nice. And another Archangelisk design. I think this one is too large. Yeah, and it's slightly too large, but see, really awesome looking cogwheels on this. Actually, how big is this spin block at the back? We'd still need to remove quite a few more in order to be able to utilise this. Still, let's see it in combat. I do really like these cogwheels. They can go really quickly as well. It's very effective. Heavily armoured, awesome looking. and a very strong cannon. Nice and accurate, very powerful cannon there, but unfortunately just slightly above the volume limit. But still need to take off quite a few more blocks in order to utilise this, which is a shame, as I would quite like to. There's only one vehicle I can load in yet, so back onto another design by Archangelus, the Demolition gears. These things I love. They move around crazily. Do need to essentially bring in several, I think. Best used in swarms. These things are crazy. So bring in the tremor. They're quite weak. Since there's not much to them. And yeah, there's just too many enemies there, so let's try again. There's something not like the tremor. Let's just load in a load of them. And there we go. That spot. They just run in and just tear off half the tank in one go. But as you can see, they are quite weak and very vulnerable to destruction. But if they get in close, yeah, nothing survives against them. But hit them, they die. But it's a nice little trade-off. Going to be really good fun to use these in the campaign. I'm back in the campaign. I'm going to bring in the Reaver Buggy. And some of the demo gears. Move that, join those all together. Pull them all out of play. It's got quite a nice little fleet now. Annoyingly, the fleet is moving at 3 meters per second despite everything moving faster than that, and that is a real pain. Oh, got the car as well. Let's add that in. Move towards the enemy location. So if we can go take on this tile. Oh, we need to actually attack this Gotha fleet first though. So I don't really want the demo gears at the top because, well, they're demolition gears. I want the half track spawned in early. Probably the Reaver Buggy as well. Right then, so to start with spawning, I'm going to spawn in all of this lot. Demolition gear is going to spawn in at last because we don't really need them. Try and make sure they're spread out so they don't all just crash straight into each other. And begin the battle. So not their entire fleet has spawned in, which is good, I guess. The half track there. Doesn't seem to be loaded. Yeah, no shell loaded. That is a real problem. Yeah, the belt feeds are not actually loaded. Whoops. Did save it with ammo, but that is a bit of a problem. The car there's got its AI killed. It's got those crashing. With little tanks going through. One of the starting tanks has been destroyed, it seems. Come on. Hits there. This Gotha is flying right away from the rest of my fleet. So managing to avoid worst of the damage. It's flying really far. So something was hit crucially, and there goes nose planting into the ground. Parts of it have detonated. So I'm just going to skim across the ground, grind away the undercarriage. Jump off to see if I can't do anything about capturing the thing. I've got a lot of blocks left, considering this is the last thing. There we go. Captured. So fleet is now moving at 5. So what's the slowest component? Ah, the starting tanks are pretty slow. Now let's move into this tile and capture it. And this is quite the fleet, it seems. So a lot of Sand Vipers. Well, this time though, the demolition gears are on our right at the front. I think they'll spawn in at some point anyway. Right then, let's begin this battle. Okay, looks like it's quite the substantial thing. So a quick overview. Yep, they've all spawned in. Could be quite nasty. Demolition gears already going round. That one's picking a target. Wow, some big explosions there. A couple of them crash into each other. Demolition gear just brushes nearby. And appear to have be riding on front of this thing. Go away. Tunguska firing there. Not leading especially well. This has been hit by EMP, so parts of that will be disabled now. Poor starting tank has been disabled. Quite nice starting tanks, but I don't think I'll be rebuilding them. I prefer the Tunguskas and some of the other designs. My half track is useless because it isn't loaded. Let's see it go in. Oh no, his target was destroyed, so it gave up. Changed its mind, went back and just tore it apart. No, don't hit my own things. Great, ate my own tank. There we go. Hit that one. Exploding it to pieces. And the final one over there. You can stop shooting at that one now, it's dead. Shoot at the other one. It does so as soon as the other one goes straight through it. Little hits there, and then hits with the ammo. The whole thing goes flying into the sky. Enemy 2 damaged. Victory! said, I'm not going to bother with repairing the starter tank. The Reaver didn't really see much of it in combat, so I'm going to keep hold of it. The car is a little bit weak at the moment. But I'm going to keep the Reaver buggy. I think it did it because I didn't really see it in combat. So either it didn't do much or it was just out of sight. So I'll give the benefit of the doubt and keep utilising it. Also going to build a new balloon. And I didn't notice that fight coming along. I was going to end the episode a bit earlier, but looks like I have another battle to fight. So, right, let's actually fight this battle. The hauler I want absolutely last and probably not spawning in at all. Right, so got a little bit of setup. Got the demolition buggies around there. And begin the battle. So once more fighting a tremor. Let's see how it goes. The cram cannons firing a little bit early. Missed me nicely. Trying to shoot the bomber down, which is good because, well, the bomber's pretty well defended. I think the Reaver buggy might be a bit like my half-track, it's not actually loaded. And here comes demolition gear. Oh, it kind of bounced off the side there. Oh, it hit the rubber. Does this thing run out of fuel again? Bet it has. Yeah, it keeps running out of fuel. Just because it's in combat for so long. I do need to remember to actually link it up to some sort of fuel supply. Got more of my things exploding and flying into the sky. Try and jump near after this thing. Disable it. Oh no, it's getting away from me. Too darn quick. Plane I needed has been destroyed. It's upside down. I think I'm going to lose this fight. This is really infuriating. Retreat that away because I don't want the hauler coming into this battle at all. Yeah, it's going to defeat me again. Battle finished. Loss. That is annoying, because now I need to try and repair these things. Well, that's going to be annoying. And hopefully I'll be able to recover what territory I've lost in the next episode. So thank you very much for watching this episode of From the Depths, Ashes of the Empire Community Edition. If you didn't enjoy the episode, please leave a like and or comment below, as it is always great to hear from you. Otherwise, that's it for me for now, and I shall see you next time. But until then, I'm out. Goodbye!